Hello, welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric. Today we're going to play another game for the 1978 NLCS between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Philadelphia Phillies here in Philadelphia. Dodgers took game one. If you haven't seen that, check that out first if you'd like. If not, welcome to this game. And in this game, it's going to be Tommy John for the Los Angeles Dodgers going up against Dick Ruthven. And I believe that was the original pitching matchup here. Yeah, it was. And in the original game, the Dodgers shut out the Phillies by a score of 4-0 to take a 2-0 lead in the series in the best of 5. So Mr. Brody is here, ready, fresh off the victory for the 2018 Boston Red Sox. So congratulations to them. I did go to Boston today. Unfortunately, when I got to the train station, the lot was filled and there was no place to park anywhere around. I didn't want to risk being towed, so I decided to drive into the city of Boston, which I did. And we drove around the streets and, saw a lot of the fans going to the festivities. Unfortunately, could not really find any place to park that was reasonable, so we just kind of drove around and got close to where the duck boats were. It went by Fenway after the duck boats had left and everything. But had a good time overall. Listened to the radio as we were doing it, so definitely caught the spirit of the city there. Well over a million fans there projected, which was awesome. So anyway, congratulations to them. And I definitely cannot wait till the 2018 card set comes out. To replay some of those games, especially to do a replay pop of the Red Sox, see if we can get a World Series in the replay there. So that would be awesome. Anyway, so this is game 2 of the series. Again, Dick Ruthven against Tommy John. And let's check out our lineups. Make sure they match and everything like that. The original lineups. I believe I already did check this out at the end of the last video. So if I did, and bear with me for a second. No, this is not the same lineup. So I'm gonna. But then again, let's see here. I think I may change. Actually, I think I'm gonna go with whatever lineup they throw out here, because the Phillies in the actual game did get shut out by Tommy John, so by a score of 4-0. So I'm gonna go with. They actually had Mike Schmidt batting first, which is. I guess they did do that occasionally against lefty batters and stuff, but I'm gonna keep this lineup right here, the one that they give right here. I think it's the same players, but just a different order. So I'm gonna keep this right here and see. Hopefully the Phillies will fare a little bit better. Again, I'll be managing the Phillies again. And without further ado, let's get this game underway. Game 2 of the 1978 NLCS.
Welcome to the stadium for today's ball game.
Alrighty, so let's play some ball here. So Dick Ruthven on the hill for the Phillies against Sorry, I just got a text here from one of my students. Anyway, just trying to put that on silent so you don't hear anything. Anyway, Dick Ruthven on the hill for the Phillies against Davey Lopes. Will lead it off for the Dodgers. He'll be play second base. He's followed by the second base shortstop Bill Russell. Batting third, the ex-Red Sox from the 67 series, 67 season. Reggie Smith, the right fielder. Steve Garvey bats cleanup and plays first. Ron Say, the third baseman, will hit fifth, followed by Dusty Baker, the left fielder. Batting seventh will be the center fielder Rick Monday. Behind the plate, Steve Yeager again. And on the mound, Tommy John, the right-handed pitcher Tommy John. The defense behind Ruthven is going to be Luzinski in left, Maddox in center, Martin in right. Maddox, the best fielder by far, with excellent range and a very good arm. Martin in right is above average, and Luzinski in left is below average. Martin also has a above average arm in right, and Luzinski an average arm, in left. The infield is going to be Schmidt, Boa, Sizemore, and Cardinal. Schmidt and Boa, excellent range on the left side of the infield at third and short, respectively. Sizemore, average range, and Cardinal, below average range. All with fairly high error ratings overall, although Boa is very good, though, with a low error rating, especially for a shortstop. On the outfield, fairly low error ratings. For Maddox, a little high at 9. Boone behind the plate is excellent all around, with an excellent arm and excellent range. All right, and the winner of this series will go on to play the New York Yankees, who won in the NLCS against the Kansas City Royals, sweeping them 3-0. Alrighty. So Ruthven looks in for the sign from Boone. Schmidt and Cardinal are in on the grass. Here's the windup and the pitch. Going to be off the 4 column of Ruthven. And that's going to be a ground ball to Schmidt. Looks like we got a little lag going on here for some reason. No, actually we got a range check on Schmidt after our lag. Schmidt, excellent range. We'll get to it and make the play over to Cardinal for out number 1. Alrighty, next up is going to be the shortstop Bill Russell. And again, this time I noticed that the stats, there are stats here for the season. So these are the yellow stats are the stats, and they're for the replay. So that's good. I didn't notice these in the first one if they were there. I don't think they were. So that's a welcome change there. Let's look at next time up. We'll look at Davey Lopes again. I forgot to mention that. But anyway, Dick Ruthven had a 10-4 record in the replay with a 3.34 earned run average, 151 innings pitched, 129 hits allowed, 58 walks, and 95 strikeouts with 16 homers allowed. So much better winning percentage, although not as many decisions in those over the replay. Bill Russell hit 312, much better, 26 points higher than his season average. Few more at bats, with 1 homer and 68 runs batted in, so much more productive RBI wise, with 22 more runs batted in. Walks and strikeouts right about where they should be, and with double the amount of stolen bases he had in the actual season. So it'll be interesting to look at some of these stats and compare and see how they did, and to see how well Strat-o-matic portrayed the season there. Again, some players are going to be off. Some of them are going to be either higher or lower than their season averages, but for the most part, most will be in the ballpark. Pun intended there. Anyway, Russell up to the plate now. Ruthven looks in for the sign from Boone. Corners again and playing in. And that's going to be a ground ball to Boa. Boa with excellent range. We'll get to it. And make the play over to first for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down for the Dodgers. Reggie Smith up now. During the regular season, in the replay, he hit 264. 30 points, 31 points behind his actual average. 28 homers, right about where he should be there, and a few less RBIs with 83. Walked 90 times, much better than he did, and struck out exactly as many times as he did in season 90, with 6 stolen bases. So here's the pitch to Smith. And Smith's going to get a hold of one here. It's going to go down the right field line and back there, and will it stay fair? And yes, it will. So Reggie Smith, who I believe homered in game 1. I think he might have even homered twice, I want to say. I know at least once. But anyway, Reggie Smith goes yard and puts the Dodgers on the board 1-0. So just when Ruthven thought he was going to get a 1-2-3 inning, Smith takes one out to right field. So Steve Garvey up now. Garvey hit .324 in the replay with 19 homers, 104 runs batted in. Very comparable to his stats on the season. A little bit better average. And a couple less home runs and a few less RBIs. But overall pretty close. Over double the amount of walks he did in the actual season. Strikeouts right about there and stolen bases right about there too. So here's the pitch to Garvey. And that's going to be a base hit past the dive of Schmidt. Drops in front of Luzinski. So Ron Sayup now. Third baseman hit .296 in the replay with 25 homers, 105 runs batted in. And again, this should be, I believe, 84 ribbies. This is the stat that's messed up in the Strat engine right here. That's the only error I've ever seen in a Strat game. Is that RBI total. I mean, it could have been more, but I think what they did is they accidentally just copied the home run and the RBI total in here. And again, I think this might be cosmetic, as you can see here. RBIs really aren't a factor of any of the formulas involved, because RBIs depend upon who's on base, obviously, and stuff like that. So that will not be a stat that affects other stats. All right. So stay up to the plate now. Garvey gets his lead off first. Cardinale holding him on. And it looks like Garvey's going to try to steal here. And we're going to try to throw him out. 35% chance to throw him out. Boone with a cannon for an arm here. And Garvey will be in there safely. So Garvey swipes the bag. That one definitely off Ruthven, as he's below average at holding runners on. Ruthven also with average range, but a extremely high error rating. In the neighborhood of Butch Hobson. So, running in scoring position for Say. Trying to add to that Dodger lead. And it's going to be off the 4 column. It's going to be a fly ball at the center. It's going to be a hit to Maddox. Maddox had an error in game 1, but he'll make the play this time to end the inning. But the Dodgers get on board with a solo home run by Reggie Smith, and it's Dodgers 1, Philly coming up. Tommy John on the hill. Tommy John 14-10 in the replay, 17-10 in the actual season. 3.88 earned run average, about a half run higher than his actual season. 203 innings pitched, very close to that. 218 hits allowed. Also very, very close to what he should have there. 50 walks, 112 strikeouts in the ballpark there, but it surrendered twice as many home runs, 21 as opposed to 11. So Jerry Martin will lead it off for the Philadelphia Phillies and play right field. Shortstop Larry Bower bats second. Gary Maddox, the center fielder, will hit third. Greg Luzinski in left field bats cleanup. Mike Schmidt, the third baseman, will hit fifth. Jose Cardinale, the veteran, bats sixth. Bob Boone behind the plate bats seventh, followed by Ted Sizemore at second base, and Dick Ruthven, the pitcher, will bat ninth. So Jerry Martin hit .263 during the regular season, 9 homers, 32 runs batted in. Very close stats to his actual season.
Get your peanuts here.
Here's the windup in the pitch. It's going to be off the 1 column, and that will be ball 4. He'll draw the walk. So leadoff runner is on from the Phillies. That'll bring up Larry Bowa. Boa hit 285 during the replay with 4 homers, 57 runs batted in. A little more productive as far as RBIs go, with 14 more than he did on the actual season. All the other stats lined up pretty well. A few more stolen bases. And do we want to go hit and run? Let's check and see what Larry Bowa's card is like. See if we want to hit and run with Boa. Come on. So Larry Bowa is a B with a hit and run. I think we're going to do a little hit and run with Larry Bowa. Martin, if he misses the pitch, Martin can always... He's got good speed there, so... So corners are playing in, saying Garvey. Expect Bowa to drop one down. Instead, he's going to go for the hit and run here. It's going to be off of the... Oh, I didn't go with the hit and run. Oh, well. And that's going to be a... I'm going to redo this back here because I did tell you I was going to go with the hit and run. So I want to honor that. And let's go with the... As soon as this goes through here, we'll go with the undo. And I've had this game open since I played the last game because I wanted to keep everything with the pitching, everything going with it. So I had to keep the game open. So got a little bit of a lag here. Oh, okay, there we go. All right, so let's undo the last play. Okay, so when this goes sets, okay, we'll go with the hit and run here. And he misses. Yep, misses the pitch. That's the danger there, but he is able to steal the bag. So we'll have him hit away now. And it's going to be off the 5 column. And it's going to be a fly ball to left. Baker's there. Makes the catch as Martin will hold with nobody out. All right, Gary Maddox up now. Maddox hit 295 during the replay with 21 homers. Double the amount of home runs, just about. A lot more productive. 92 runs batted as opposed to 68. So 24 more ribbies. Everything else approximately the same. A few less stolen bases. So very productive year for Maddox. So he has a chance to knock in a run here and tie the game. It's going to be off the 4 column. And that will be a called third strike. So 2 down now. So it'll be up to Lozinski if the innings are going to continue. The Bull hit 280 in the replay. 35 homers, 113 runs batted in. Same amount of homers and average 15 points higher with 12 more runs batted in. Walked a few more times and stole 2.5 times the amount of bases with 20. So it's going to be off the 2 column. And back-to-back Ks will end the inning. So after the Phillies leave a runner in scoring position, and after 1 full, it's 1-0 LA. So Dusty Baker steps to the plate. He'll lead it off for the Dodgers here in the second. 255 in the replay with 8 homers, 71 runs batted in. Off the 5 column. That is going to be a range check on Cardinal. Cardinal below average range. And that is going to be a base hit. As Cardinal can't reach it, and it goes on through for a base hit. So Baker's on with a leadoff single. Cardinal will hold him on. And we have Rick Monday hit 257, 19 homers, 67 runs batted in. Again, another extremely comparable stats here. A few more RBIs. 10 more to be exact. It's off the 4 column. And it's going to be a ground ball at the short. Can they turn 2? Bo will get to it. Over to second for 1. Back to first. Double play. 6-4-3 double play. So that'll clear the bases for Steve Yeager. Yeager hit 214 in the replay with 2 homers, 31 runs batted in. Very close to his stats for the actual season. And it'll be a ground ball to Bowie. Easy play over to Cardinal. And after 1.5, it remains 1-0 Los Angeles. So Mike Schmidt will lead it off for the Phillies. Hit just .239 in the replay with 15 homers, 63 runs batted in. So his number's a bit off compared to the actual season. John looks in for the sign from Yeager. Here's the windup in the pitch, and he gets his pitch to hit here. And he lays off of it for ball 4, so Schmidt will get the walk. That'll bring up Jose Cardinal. Cardinal hit .267 with 8 homers, 33 runs batted in, double the amount of home runs he hit in the actual season. So Garvey will hold on Schmidt. Here's the pitch by John as he looks at the runner and kicks and delivers. It's going to be off the 2 column. And this could be 2. Say over to Lopes for 1, back to first. 5-4-3 double play. So that will clear the bases for Bob Boone. Hit .260 in the replay with 12 homers, 65 runs batted in. 45 runs batted in. Averaged 23 points lower than in the actual season. And that'll be a base hit up the middle. So Boone is on with a 2-out single. Brings up Van Braid hitter Ted Sizemore. Hit .215 with 35 runs batted in. 10 more ribbies than he did on the actual season. It's going to be off the 3 column. And it'll be a pop up to short. Russell calls for it and makes the catch. So after 2 full, it's Los Angeles 1 and Philadelphia 0. So Tommy John comes to the plate now. Just a 121 hitter on the actual season with 6 runs batted in. And that will be a strikeout. So Ruthven gets his first K of the day. And that'll bring up Davey Lopes. Top of the order. Grounded out in his first at-bat. Lopes hit .276 on the replay with 9 homers and 66 runs batted in. So his power numbers definitely a lot down, especially with only 9 home runs as compared to 17 in the actual season. 8 more RBIs than on the actual season and average about the same. Stolen bases right about where he should be too. And that is going to be a 1-out walk. So Cardinal will hold on Lopes. Lopes definitely a threat to steal. Russell up to the plate now, ground out in his first at bat, and we're definitely going to throw for the runner here. And just nabbed there. Tag just before he got to the bag. And that will be 2 down now as Lopes gets nailed by Boone. So Boone nails his second runner of the game. Russell up now. So still up. And Russell's going to hit this one over the head of Maddox. It's going to go all the way to the wall. And he'll be in there with a double. So that, by Lopes getting caught stealing there, that definitely erased a possible run there. As he most likely would have probably scored from first. With 2 outs, I'm sure he was running on the pitch. So Reggie Smith, who put the Dodgers on the board with a solo home run, comes to the plate first. See if he can get another RBI and add to the Dodger lead. It's going to be off the 5 column. And that's going to be a range check on Cardinal. Oh, and that is going to be a base hit. And that will most likely score the run. No, it's going to be an infield hit. Cardinal makes the grab, but he can't throw it. And that will put runners at the corners with 2 down. So Steve Garvey with an opportunity to add to the Dodger lead. Singled in his first at-bat. And Garvey delivers in the clutch. And Russell will come in from third. Smith will stop at second. And an RBI single by Garvey. The Dodgers now lead at 2-0. As Philly fans have started to get quiet here. So Ron Say up now. He flew out in his first at-bat. Runners get their leads. Ruthven looks in for the sign, looks at the runners, kicks and delivers. And that's going to be a fly ball to center. But Maddox has it sized up, drifts over, and makes the catch. So after 2.5, it's now 2-0 LA. Ruthven will come to the plate now. Not a bad hitting pitcher. Hit 221 with 4 runs batted in. Also had a couple of triples. So it's going to be off the 4 column. That's going to be a fly ball to left. I mean, sorry, to right. Smith average range. Oh, and Smith cannot get to it. It's going to drop in front of him and actually bounces over his head off the turf. And Ruthven will have himself a double. So Ruthven trying to help his own cause there. Gets a leadoff double. So Jerry Martin up now walking his first at-bat. And that's going to be a line out to Russell as Ruthven dives back to the bag. No throw, though. So 1 down now for Larry Boa. Flew out in his first at-bat. And he strikes out swinging. So it's up to Maddox if the innings continue. He also struck out in his first at-bat. John with 3 strikeouts so far. And it's going to be a ground ball to Russell at short. Russell not very sure-handed. And that's going to be a base hit. Let's see if they're going to send Ruthven. Yes, Ruthven will come in. Was off on the pitch. Scores from second. So Russell not able to get to that one. And the Phillies have cut the Dodger lead in half. On the RBI single by Gary Maddox. So Zielinski up now. He struck out in his first at-bat. And it's going to be a wild pitch as the ball gets by Yeager. So Maddox will move into scoring position. So a single could tie the game now. Maddox with very good speed at second. John looks in for the sign. Nods his head. Looks at the runner. Kicks and delivers. And that's going to be a fly ball to right. Smith drifting back. Ranges over and makes the catch. But Philadelphia gets 1, and it's now a 2-1 game as we head to the 4th. So Dusty Baker will lead off. It'll be Baker, Monday, and Yeager for the Dodgers. Baker singled in his first time at bat. Here's the pitch. This will be a range check on Boone. It's a pop-up. Looks like he's going to get to it. And hangs on in fair territory and makes the catch. So 1 down now for the center fielder, Rick Monday. 256 hitter in the replay. Grounded out into a double play his first time out. And that's going to be a ground ball to short. But with excellent range, gets to it. Fires a bullet over to Cardinal. So 2 up and 2 down for the Dodgers. Brings up Yeager, who grounded out in his first time up. Hits this one to center. Maddox drifts over, and he's got it. So the Dodgers go 1, 2, 3 in the 4th. And we'll head to the bottom of the 4th with the Phillies down by a run. Schmidt leads it off. He walked his first at-bat. And Say makes a nice grab of that liner for out number 1. Cardinal grounded into a double play his first time up. Gets one to hit here. And that one's going to be a dribbler. It's going to go all the way through, and that had some speed on it. It's going to go all the way to the wall. And Cardinal will have himself a 1-out double. So the tying run is in scoring position now for Boone, who singled in his first at-bat. And it's going to bounce away from Yeager. And this time they're going to call that one a pass ball on Yeager. So the normally sure-handed Yeager misses that one. And Cardinal will move it to third with just 1 down. So fly ball could score the run here and tie the game. Here's the pitch to Boone. And this will not get it done as he pops it up to Lopes. He calls for it and makes the catch for out number 2. Sizemore up now. He popped up his first time up. Grounds this one to first. Garvey, excellent range here. Gets to it. And takes it to the bag himself. And that will do it. So the Phillies are unable to score. So the error does not prove costly. So Tommy John will lead it off for the Dodgers here in the 5th. Struck out in his first at-bat. That's a ground ball back to his counterpart. Flips it to Cardinal for out number 1. Lopes up now, 0 for 1 with a walk. And he'll be on with a base hit. He's on for the second time today as that goes, drops in front of Luzinski. So Cardinal holding Lopes on. Lopes was thrown out trying to steal last time he was on by Boone. See if he runs here. Russell up to the plate now. He's 1 for 2 with a double. Ruthven fakes a pickoff throw. Lopes shortens his lead now. Ruthven looks in for the sign, trying to keep the runner close. Here's the windup in the pitch. That's a ground ball to Sizemore. 2nd for 1. Back to first. And Russell will beat it out. So Russell gets on the fielder's choice. We'll bring up Reggie Smith. 2 for 2 with a homer and a single. Russell takes a short lead now. And Reggie gets one to hit here. Let's see what he can do with it. Oh, and he swings right through it. Just misses it. Just got underneath it. And strikes out to end the inning. So a big strikeout for Ruthven. And halfway through, it's the Dodgers 2 and the Phillies 1. So Ruthven, who doubled his first time up, will lead it off for the Phillies. And this time will not be so lucky as he strikes out swinging. So 1 down now for the top of the order, Martin. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. And check swing. No, it says he went too far. So 2 up and 2 down for the Phillies. So I bring up Boa, who's 0 for 2. This will be a fly ball to center. Monday average range. Gets to it. And is able to make the catch to end the inning. So through 5 full, it's 2-1 Los Angeles. Garvey, Say, and Baker against Ruthven. Ruthven up to 78 pitches through 5 innings. And that'll be another base hit as Garvey gets his 3rd single of the day. So that brings up Say. He's 0 for 2. And looks like Garvey's going to try to run here. I don't know why they continue this because Boone's they're 2 for 3 so far. Boone is 2 for 3 and throwing runners out. Oh, and he just gets in there safely. Boone thought he had him there, but the umpire calls him safe. So Garvey in scoring position, trying to add to the Dodger lead. Here's a windup in the pitch to Say. Ground ball back to Ruthven. He'll look the runner back, throw to first. For out number 1. So Baker up to the plate now, single back in the 2nd. Via range check on Luzinski. Luzinski below average range. I'm sorry, Martin with above average range gets to it and is able to hold on for out number 2. Garvey tags and bluffs, and he's going to go. Actually, he decides to go, and he's in there. As the throw is a little bit offline. So it'll be a Rick Monday who's grounded out twice so far. And that'll be a base hit into the gap. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Garvey scores easily, and Rick Monday with an RBI double increases the Dodger lead now 3-1. So Steve Yeager up now, hitless on the day. Grounds this one to Boa. Over to Cardinal to end the inning, but the Dodgers tack on a run, and after 5.5 lead at 3-1. So Maddox 1 for 2 will lead it off for the Phillies. Pops this one up. Lopes calls for it and makes the catch. Here comes the Bull, 0 for 2 so far. Ain't that 0 for 3 as he lines up. Oh, I believe, again to Say. I think he lined out to him before. This time a leaping catch by Say. This one a little more difficult. So it'll be at Mike Schmidt. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. And Schmidt will get himself a base hit. So 2-out single for Schmidt. Brings up Jose Cardinal. He's 1 for 2 with a double. Who just misses the hit there and is able to, it flies out to Baker to end the inning. So after 6 full, the Phillies trail by 2. Tommy John will lead it off. Ruthven, up to 100 pitches. It's likely to be his last inning. And that's going to be a ground ball to Boa. He'll get to it. Over to first. And John is retired for the first out of the 7th. So it'll be up Lopes, 1 for 2 with a walk and a single. And strikes out for out number 2. Bill Russell. Up now. He's 1 for 3 with a double back in the 3rd. And takes a called 3rd strike. So that'll be it. So again, no trivia questions during the replay here. For some reason, the trivia question does not come up. So Mr. Brody decided to take the postseason off from trivia. He'll just be co-hosting. Looks like he's sharing a seat with Purple Monkey and Blue Penguin there. Blue Duck is sitting behind the other co-host seat. And again, that same weird question with the numbers. Anyway, Mr. Brody practicing his mathematics here. So Boone up now. He'll lead it off for the Phillies, down by 2 here against Tommy John, who's also there is action in the Dodger bullpen. Looks like not sure exactly who's warming up yet. So Boone is 1 for 2 with a single. And gets his second hit of the day. So Boone on with a leadoff single. That'll bring the tying run up with Ted Sizemore. Sizemore with not much power, though. Or no power. Did not hit a home run in the replay or the actual season in over 350 at-bats. And instead, though, he'll get a base hit. And we're going to hold the runners there. So Boone will hold at second. So the first 2 runners on for the Phillies. And we're definitely gonna lift Ruthven for a pinch hitter. All right. Let's check and see who the Phillies have on the bench here. Alrighty, so let's see here. Tommy John is a lefty. Very foot, not very good. Ted Cruz much better against her. He only had 4 at-bats on the actual season. A lot of lefties. Ooh, he only had 2 at-bats. So these guys... Oh, probably Lonnie Smith. No. Not a very good bench at all here. In fact, I think... Actually, it's right here. He had 221. He's actually a better pitcher than our... Maybe I'll Bake McBride. Yeah, well, Bake McBride, even though it's a lefty-on-lefty thing here. Let's see what his card looks like. Yeah, nothing that exciting. He does have some singles over here, but not a good decent 3 column. Let's check out Tim McCarver. Yeah, not much better there. So not very much against lefties here. All the guys that are good against lefties are in the lineup here. All the good right-handed hitters here. All right, Harrelson. Bud Harrelson. I guess we could have Bud Harrelson come in. Take a look at his card. He's got some singles. Let's go with Bud Harrelson. So I don't remember Bud Harrelson being on the Mets, but we'll have him pinch hit for Ruthven. So Ruthven's day is done. Bud Harrelson comes up. Hit 200 in the replay with 5 runs batted in, 90 at-bats. 214 hitter on the actual season with 5 at-bats. I mean, with 9 RBIs and 103 at-bats. Should have checked to see if he's a good bunter, because I would imagine they're probably going to bunt. Oops. Let's see if Harrelson is how his bunting skills are. Yeah, he's a good bunter anyway, so I'm going to have Harrelson drop one down. A bunter. Try to get the tying runs in scoring position with nobody out. That would make sense. Alright, so Say and Garvey are going to play in on the grass, expecting a bunt, and Harrelson is going to attempt the bunt off John. And lays one down, pops it up, caught by John. Oh, man, poor bunt. He's an A bunter, too. So, unable to deliver as the runners do get back. So, Jerry Martin up now. Martin's 0 for 2 with a walk. So, a huge play there by Harrelson not being able to get the bunt down. But Martin is going to come through with a base hit to right. That will score Boone from second. Sizemore will move to third. And it's a 1-1 game now, 3-2, as Jerry Martin delivers an RBI single. So Bo up now. He's hitless on the day, 0 for 3. And that is going to be it for Charlie Huff. I mean, it for Tommy John, as Charlie Huff will come in, the knuckleballer. So he's ready. So Charlie Huff on the had an excellent replay. Was 16-4. Wow. In 102 innings pitched, he was 16-4. So he was involved in a lot of decisions, mostly on the good side. So those are kind of like Bob Stanley-ish numbers with a better ERA on Bob Stanley's actual season. Not on his replay. His replay was much worse, but 16-4. I think Bob Stanley is 15-2, so 8 saves, 100 ERA of 1.77. Wow, that's about the best I've ever seen for a reliever. Combining wins and ERA. So 20 decisions out of the bullpen. So a lot of games decided in the end. So the Dodgers with a very powerful late inning offense. So 102 innings pitched, 67 hits, only 67 hits allowed, 46 walks, 58 strikeouts, and only surrendered 3 home runs. So an excellent season. So Huff hoping to keep this a 1-run game. Corners are playing in. Here's the windup in the pitch to Boa. 0 for 3 on the day. And he gets him swinging for out number 2. So it'll be up to Gary Maddox, see if he can keep the inning going. Maddox is 1 for 3 with an RBI single back in the third. Windup in the pitch by Huff. And that's a ground ball to Lopes at second. Throws over to Garvey to end the inning. So the Phillies are only able to get 1 after all that. And it's a 1-run game as we head to the 8th. So let's see who we're going to bring in for... Brewster pitched in the first game out of the bullpen. Let's see, who do we have coming up here? I forgot who we have coming up. Let's check the visitor. I can't remember who's coming up now. right, let's see here. I know we had Raleigh Eastwood pitch too. He's a starter. Jim Lomborg, starter. Tug McGraw. I guess we'll have, yeah, he's good. We'll have, I think it's Rich Reed. So Reed's going to come in for Ruthven. Oh, I guess I got a hit over here. Oh, I guess I got to put him in right here. That's where. All right, so Reed is going to come in for Ruthven. Ron Reed. He'll face Reggie Smith, Steve Garvey, and Ron Say. Lefties and a righty. Actually, one. Oh. Switch hitter and then 2 righties. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so Reed 8 and 7 in the replay with 11 saves, 3.04 earned run average, 112 innings pitched, 84 hits allowed, 38 walks, 98 strikeouts, 9 home runs surrendered. So 5 more wins than in the actual season and 6 less saves. And ERA about 3/4 of a run higher. So he'll come in for the top of the 8th with the Phillies down by a run. Trying to keep this a 1-run game, and it's going to be off the 1 column. And Reggie Smith is having an excellent day today, 2 for 3 on the day with a solo homer. Grounds this one to second, Sizemore over to first for out number 1. So it'll be up Steve Garvey now. He's got 3 singles, all those off Ruthven. 3 for 3. And grounds this one to short. Bo up with it over to Cardinal for out number 2. So Ron Say up now, hitless on the day. Until now. Gets his base hit to right. And Say is on with a 2-out single. Dusty Baker up now, 1 for 3. And grounds this one to Boa. Gets to it. Oh, and he's going to boot it. And Baker will reach. So Say will move in the scoring position for Rick Monday. Dodgers trying to add to that 1-run lead. Had an RBI double in the 6th, 1 for 3. And gets him swinging to end the inning. So the error doesn't prove costly. It remains a 1-run game, 3-2 as we head to the home half of the 8th. Huff back out there again. Luzinski to lead it off. He's 0 for 3 on the day. And check swing. No, looks like he went. Looks like he went on the pitch there. So Huff gets his second strikeout of the game. And 1 down here in the 8th. Schmidt up now. He could tie it up with 1 swing of the bat. 1 for 2 on the day with a walk and a single. And he was definitely going for the fences there, but comes up empty. So 2 up and 2 down for the Phillies. Cardinal up now. 1 for 3 with a double. This will be a range check on Lopes. He'll get to it. And 1, 2, 3 go the Phillies in the 8th. So we'll head to the, as he lines out to, bounces out to Lopes. So head to the 9th. Reed up there for another inning of work. He'll face Yeager, the pitcher's spot, and then Lopes. And that's going to be a base hit up the middle. Let's check Harley Tough there. Is he a decent bunter? He's a D bunter, so. Alright, so that is going to be the day for Huff, even though he pitched 2 scoreless innings. I think he let up, yeah, because he came in after the, I think the run was charged to John there. All right, so let's see here. So Reed will come out. mean, actually, I can't take Huff out. Let's see if they decide to take him out. They probably will. No, they're not. He's going to... Oh, so they leave Huff in, and he bunts the ball and pops it up, and it's caught by Reed, so they did not let a pinch... have a pinch hitter come in, surprisingly. With a 1-1 game. So Davey Lopes up now, 1 for 3. Cardinal holding on Yeager. So it looks like that's our answer there. Huff will come out for the 9th. Try to nail it down for the Dodgers. So Yeager moves into scoring position on the broken bat, ground out to second. So Reed looks in for the sign from Boone. Looks at the runner Yeager. He doesn't wind up in the pitch. Grounds one to Schmidt. Up with it. Over to first. And we'll head to the bottom of the 9th with the Phillies down by a run. Charlie Huff out there for his 3rd inning of work. It'll be Boone Sizemore in the pitcher's spot. Boone's got a pair of singles on the day. Both of those he get off of John, 2 for 3. Grounds this one, the 3rd save, fires a bullet over to Garvey for out number 1. That'll be up Sizemore. He's 1 for 3 on the day with a single. And that is going to go over the head of North. North in there now for defensive purposes. Cannot get to this one. And no. So Huff is on. Sizemore is on with a 1-out double. So a base hit could tie the game now. So Ruthven will definitely be lifted for a pinch hitter here. And Huff is a righty. Maybe Bake McBride. I think Bake McBride. We're going to bring in Bake McBride. Or Richie Hebner. He's 280. Richie Hebner, 283. 339 on base percentage. Yeah, I think we're going to bring in Richie Hebner. So Hebner is going to be called on the pinch hit. Representing the tying run. Representing the winning run. All you need is a base hit, though, to tie the game. Do we want to lift Sizemore? I think we want to lift Sizemore for a pinch runner there. Let's check our other guys here. Other question is who can play second base? I think he's an outfielder. Yeah. No, Mackinnon cannot. Gonzalez? No. No. Who's the awful shortstop? What's a catcher, I think, yeah. Morrison? Morrison, oh, he's bad, though. I think we gotta leave Sizemore in. He's our best. Yeah. Not much better, but enough. I think enough to warrant keeping him out there. He's not a horrible runner, it's just not that fast. And McBride, I'm sure, is just an outfielder, I think. Yeah. Alrighty, so we'll leave Sizemore in there. So Huff looks in for the sign from Yeager, looks at the runner. And nope, looks like they're going to bring in Terry Forster, lefty on lefty here. Yeah, Hebner's not that bad against lefty, so I'm going to leave him in. So Terry Forster comes in. 2-5 record on the actual season, replay, 16 saves. 3.02 earned run average, so definitely not quite as good as he was on the regular, not as sharp as he was on the regular season. So Hebner steps into the box. Forster looks in for the sign. He has to wind up in the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball to short. Looks the runner back, throws to first. So it'll be up to Jerry Martin. Martin, who had an RBI single his last time up, 1 for 3 on the day, also walked once. has an RBI already on the day. So Martin steps into the box. Phillies fans on their feet. Get their rally caps on. And it's going to be ball 4. So they pitch around Martin and he draws the walk. So they put the winning run on first for Larry Boa, who's 0 for 4 on the day. So Boa with a chance to be the hero here. Forster looks in for the sign. Looks at the runner on second. Nods his head. Kicks and delivers. And that's going to be a fly ball to center. North calls for it and makes the catch. So Larry Boa flies out with the tying run in scoring position. And the Phillies, like in real life, fall to the Dodgers by a score of 3-2. It was 4-0 in the actual game, so at least they managed a couple runs. But still, a loss is a loss is a loss. So let's check out the box score. As the Dodgers take a 2-0 lead in the series. So it's looking more and more like it's going to be the Yankees and LA like it was in the actual season. So Tommy John gets the win. Now can't really, I don't know why they count this as a regular season game, but anyway. Tommy John gets the win. Charlie Huff with the hold. 2 innings of scoreless relief, allowing just 1 hit, striking out 3. And Terry Forster gets a save. Dick Ruthven takes the loss. 7 innings pitched, 9 hits allowed, 3 runs, all of them earned. 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, and 1 home run. Surrendered. Reed pitched 2 innings, allowing 2 hits, striking out a batter. So for the batting for the Dodgers, Davey Lopes was 1 for 4. Bill Russell 1 for 5 with a RBI with a run scored. Reggie Smith was 2 for 4 with a solo homer. Steve Garvey 3 for 4 with a I think 3 singles. Ron Say was he also had an RBI and a run scored. Ron Say 1 for 4. Dusty Baker 1 for 4. Rick Monday 1 for 4 with an RBI. Bill North defensive replacement, they're not getting at bat. Steve Yeager 1 for 4. Tommy John 0 for 3, and Charlie Huff was 0 for 1. For the Phillies, Jerry Martin was 1 for 3 with an RBI. Larry Boa 0 for 5. Gary Maddox 1 for 4 with an RBI. Greg Luzinski 0 for 4. Mike Schmidt 1 for 3. Jose Cardinal 1 for 4. Bob Boone 2 for 4 with a run scored. Ted Sizemore was 2 for 4 and was left in scoring position in the 9th inning, representing the tying run. Dick Ruthven 1 for 2 with a run scored. Bud Harrelson cannot get the bunt down, 0 for 1. That was a big play where he couldn't get that down. And Richie Hebner was 0 for 1. Alright, so player of the game. Oh boy. Not really much to pick from here. I think we're going to give it to Tommy John, 6 1/3 innings. Did allow quite a few hits, but only allowed 2 runs. Both of them earned. Walking 2 and striking out 5. So Tommy John, player of the game. Let's see who they picked here. They don't say, but at least I don't think they do. No, they don't. But they mentioned Tommy John in the win, getting the win. So we're going to give it to Tommy John. So the Los Angeles Dodgers take a 2-0 lead, and we'll be back with Game 3 next, and see if the Dodgers can wrap it up. And this will be from LA, in front of their hometown fans, or if the Phillies can force a Game 4. So thank you for joining me. Take care, and God bless. Mr. Brody says bye-bye.